Hey y'all, I am back again. Today we're going to be talking about subtracting mixed numbers and borrowing. So the last video I made about subtracting mixed numbers was when you didn't have to borrow, and now we're talking about advanced 5th grade math, which is subtracting mixed numbers and borrowing. So actually, I can break this down into 4 steps, which is what I'm going to do. So if you want to grab a piece of paper because you're still hecked up on this, go ahead. If this is just going to be a review video, you don't need a piece of paper. It's up to you. I always think it's great to write things down so I can remember them, but if you don't, I can't judge you. Whatevs. So I can actually break this down into 4 steps. So I'm going to give you the problem. 3 and 1/7 tater minus 2 and 5/6. So this is the problem we're going to do. 3 and 1/7 minus 2 and 5/6. Copy it down. Okay. So step 1. We are going to find common denominators, or, as I like to call it and draw it, we're going to do some butterflying. So, I am going to do the common denominator for 3 and 1/7 and 2 and 5/6. You should know how to do this by now. If you don't, pause this video, go to my common denominator video, then come back. So, if I find my common denominator of 1/7 and 5/6, I first multiply across to get 42. I multiply my denominators together. Now I'm going to draw my wings. 1 times 6 is 6. 5 times 7 is 35. I have 2 common denominator fractions. So now I'm working with 3 and 6 42nds minus 2 and 35 42nds. Looks like that. If you need to pause it, take a look at my work, go for it. Now we are going to do step 2 for most of you. If you like to do the borrowing method, go for it. If that confuses you, I encourage you to make improper fractions, which is what I'm going to call step 2. So step 2, impropers. Step 2, impropers. So I have 3 and 6 42nds minus 2 and 35 42nds. I have to make both of these into improper fractions. I'm getting text messages. If you don't remember how to do improper fractions, pause this video, hop over to my mixed numbers into improper fractions video, then come back. So this one's kind of hard because my denominator is 42, but whatever, we're doing some advanced math. I'm finding that 42 times 3 is 126, plus 6 is 132. So we have 132 42nds minus 42 times 2 is 84, plus 35 is 119. So now I am at this right here. If you need to pause the video and take a look at my work, go ahead. Great. I don't know if you can hear Tater eating in the background, but she is eating like her 4th meal of the day. Homegirl's gonna gain weight. I digress. So first we found our common denominators. Then we found our impropers. Now we are going to subtract our numerators. That's step 3. Subtract our numerators or subtract nums. So I have 132 42nds minus 119 40 seconds. I'm going to subtract 132 minus 119. Remember, do not touch those denominators. When I subtract, you should be able to subtract by now. I'm not going to make you a video on that. When I subtract, I'm going to end up with 13 on the top, and my denominator stays the same to get 42. 13 40 seconds. In this case, this will be my final answer. But you may have a time where you still have an improper fraction as your answer. So in that case, you're going to put them back into mixed numbers if you need to. Put back into mixed numbers if needed. Step 4. Put back into mixed numbers if needed. If you can't do that, hop on over to improper to mixed numbers. I'm going to make a lot of videos these next few days as we freeze in the tundra. So, those are the 4 steps for subtracting mixed numbers if you can't just do my sandwich method, which is subtract the fractions, then subtract the whole numbers. So, in conclusion, step 1, common denominators. Hi, Tater. You saw her ears. Step 2, improper fractions. Step 3, subtract. Step 4, put back into mixed if necessary. You can end this video if you're not interested in the borrowing method. I will tell you it takes less time, so if you want to take the plunge and do it, stay tuned. I might sneeze. I'm not going to. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I sneezed. Live, raw footage from my house. Okay, the borrowing method looks like this. I'm going to say I have 3 1/5 minus 1 4/5. It'll look something like this. This is the borrowing method. I could subtract 1 minus 4, the numerators, but I'd get a negative number and I'm not trying to deal with that. So I can borrow. Watch closely how I'm going to borrow. I am going to borrow 1 whole from this 3, so I'm going to make it 2. I am going to add that 1 whole onto my fraction. I can do that by putting plus 5/5. So now I have 6/5. So I took 1 whole from 3, made it 2, and put that 1 whole over here, made 6/5. Now I'm going to subtract my fractions. 6 minus 4 is 2, so we're going to have 2/5. 2 minus 1 is 1. There's your answer. It takes so much less time, but I realize that we have kind of a hard time figuring out where that 1 whole goes. So if you don't understand it, we're going to keep working. When we quiz, you should be able to do impropers. You should always be able to do impropers, but you never know what iReady's going to throw at us. So we'll do some more work on the harder portion. This has been my video on subtracting mixed numbers when there's borrowing involved. The key is, if the first fraction's numerator is smaller than the second fraction's numerator, you have to either make them improper or borrow. If the first fraction's numerator is bigger than the second numerator, you're good. You can just do the sandwich method. If you have any questions at all, feel free to email me, Canvas message me, in stereotypical YouTuber fashion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, spread the word, Miss Camp's Math channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.